we're going to hit that music right away and get ready to discuss Jurassic World Lost Kingdom for Dream Warriors, episode 91, Morning Edition, with ya boy Peter. So let's go. Everyone, welcome to the evolution of Where Have I Been? Where's the constant Dream Warrior updates? We're talking about this. We're talking about this right now because it's important, and I'm not blaming people, but but it's all Chris's fault. No, look, the fall off of Chris blew the momentum that we had to 100 and post 100, 100%. In the back of my mind, I was planning for it. Dream Warriors right now is going to be more inclusive, meaning that it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Mark your calendars on the reg. Without missing days. It's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. On top of that, AKAPAD.com is being built out, and there will be an entire Dream Warrior section. Okay, there is new theme music right now being written. Okay, there is professional intros and outros for Dream Warriors being recorded right now. To again round out the experience, to promote and to identify these other projects I'm working on. So Dream Warriors had to become distant for a little bit for me to jump back into it and have this these other apparatus connected. Now, the last few times I've saw a movie, and I tried to do it with Ready Player One, and it just wasn't there. And I think that was me. The initial reactions, let me know if everyone, like the ones we did for Spider-Man Homecoming, Dunkirk, Battle for the Planet of the Apes. Let me know if there's anything there. I might save those only for mobile episodes. Mobile episodes for Dream Warriors will be Tuesdays and Thursdays, and AKAPAD.com it will become this this bucket that everything in Dream Warriors is going to get dumped into and molded. It's going to be poured into different molds. Individual pages, show notes, like timelines as of like when to jump. If we're talking about Terminator 2, you want to jump to Terminator 2, and a complete history and a complete contributor history as well. And this is a part of the larger effort to make Dream Warriors grow, to give it the best chance possible. Because look, I feel this in my heart of hearts and my truth of truths. If you're listening, do you have a truth of truth? I know you're listening. I know you are listening. But it's when it comes to this level of a podcast with the things that we discuss on Dream Warriors, I really do believe that there is a individual voice. There is a flavor that and it's unique. And there's I think some of the best geek insight in the game that comes through Dream Warriors, and that's how I get excited. That's how I just want to do it endlessly. That's why when I'm not recording, I'm just killing myself. But I got to tell you, it's in the morning. It's 7:30 a.m. It's a Monday. It's June 25th, 2018, and I'm here and I'm with you. And I'm recording for a day of release, and I'm just getting excited just to be sitting back, knowing that I'm going to be sitting back down with you one day from now, and we're probably going to discuss Upgrade. But today we're discussing Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and why. I'm talking to you right now with my morning iced coffee. It's caramel Dunkin' Donuts ground coffee with delights, salted caramel creamer. So it's caramel, and this, I gotta tell you, this is I think these mugs, these steins I got from Orlando Universal Studios. If you go to AKAPAD 13 on Instagram right now, you can see one of my quick snaps of my setup here, and my Jurassic Park stein, which comes from Universal Orlando. Is one of my favorite drinking devices, and I believe it's might be 24 ounces. It holds a lot of coffee, and I am enjoying it. I needed it. Woke up a couple times in the middle of the night. Was wide awake at 2 in the morning, and believe it or not, I had to pull out. Okay, so this is what I do at 2 in the morning. Okay, I wake up to a beeping. It is the fire alarm battery dying. Now the fire alarm battery is 20 feet high. It's 20 feet high, and it's directly above my entertainment center, and it's above my 15-foot American flag that I have hanging below it. It being accessible with or without a giant ladder is cumbersome. So I go into my hallway, grab one of my neighbor's giant ladders, clear out the area, and just lean, because I don't have room to expand the to fold out the ladder. But it really doesn't matter. If it's along the wall, you can just lean the ladder along the wall and climb up it. The higher you get, the steeper of a step it is, obviously. So I had to do this, and reach and just be able to like grip the grip and unscrew the fire detector or the smoke detector and pull it, and then at that point had to figure out. So now we're talking, it's 2:30 in the morning. Had to figure out how to take out the battery because the thing wouldn't stop beeping, and I just wanted to make sure I was doing the right thing. So there's a test button for the smoke alarm. Now it's 2:30 in the morning. I hit the test button and it just goes off. So now it's like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and the thing is beeping. It beeped for like 3 or 4 minutes before I could figure out. It had a like a panel that popped out to remove the battery. And once I even removed the battery, it did it for a little bit, and then it eventually died. So that's my 2:30 to like 3:30 adventure. And I was going to stay up from that point on. I had eBay shipping to do. I had drawing to do. I had to figure out my snap posts for today. So anyone that's also like missing out, there's 2 really big cool things I have going. If you find me on Snapchat, it's AKAPAD. And what do we get at AKAPAD Snapchat? We get me doing one theme a day, until I'm done doing it. Now, sometimes we do miss days, for different reasons, but it's pretty much every single day. It's been consistent for like a good chunk now. I went through phone hell where I lost a good 2 weeks because my new phone got busted and I had to get the warranty replacement. So that was like the big slowdown. But since I got my phone back, it's on the right. It's a Jake Paul everyday bro Snapchat theme. So I was going to jump right into my Snapchat themes at AKAPAD, find it, AKAPAD, and just pretty much start my day at like 3:30 in the morning. But I forced myself to go back to sleep. I woke up promptly at like 6 o'clock. Like I shot up and finished my shipping. My father came by, the Tonester, and the Tonester picked up 4 eBay packages, and I had a 5th sale as he was like coming here. So kudos to everyone supporting me on eBay. I love you. I love each and every single one of you. But so real quick, but before we get into Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, why I believe it's maybe the most important sci-fi franchise, good movies or bad, because there's something important happening with Jurassic Park. But before we get into that, I do feel like we have to touch on Chris and a little bit of my behavior. So as I'm talking to you, Dallas is rolling around on the floor, just staring at me. He's so fascinated with what I'm doing sometimes. I honestly gotta feel like I'm his like entertainment. It's not the other way around. But So I went through a phase where, and Mark was even subject to this, where I just blocked everyone, and like it felt true, it felt honest at the time, and it's mostly to send a message to let people know that the line in the sand has been drawn. Mark suffers from, supposedly like because I spoke with his ex-girlfriend recently, at length. Like Mark suffers from a deep depression. Chris suffers from a heroin addiction. Chris also probably an alcoholic. So he's like a 1-2. Both of them have issues with insecurities with women, issues with women, and it's just like I don't know. It's I'm not trained in this. I'm not a social worker. My only way of dealing with these two individuals is to hopefully like drive them, inspire them, get them excited to do work and continue work and make good decisions so you can continue the work. Like that's my therapy. That's what I do. Like that's why I have to debate if I want to be awake from 2:30, all the way up until probably 12 or 1 today. Like, do I want to go on a 13-hour stretch because I have that much to do? That's how I deal with it. I know the way how I deal with problems isn't what works for everyone else, but I put a lot of my energy, I put a lot of my heart into, like just from what I can tell that I hope that I'm doing. But, get these guys going, okay? Like, grease their engines, fuel their rods. Fuel rod, that's a bad reference. But the point I'm getting at is, I subscribe to tough love. I subscribe to, hitting someone over the head just hard enough at the right time, at the right spot to send a clear message to let that person know that there's no other alternative that they're involved in. Okay, like meaning that your only way out now is to surrender to a master and to bust through that wall. And to me, my master is ambition and work. And well, that's easy for you to say, Pete. Like you're your own like master. No. The level that I'm compelled, the level that I feel controlled by these other forces, I really, honest to God, I'm talking to you one-to-one here. I don't feel like I have control over it. I really don't. I'm compelled, I'm pulled. Someone else, something else is in me doing it. Now, what are the like blowbacks from this, positive and negatives? Look, there's so much positive, okay, from my approach. So look, but meaning that I'm constantly like in the moment. I'm constantly cognizant of what's happening. I have patience. I easily forgive. I want to stick with people. I want to see people get better. I want to see myself get better. If you follow me on Instagram, AKAPAD 13, look, I think my artwork has grown year after year, day by day again. Do I criticize it and rip it apart as I'm doing it live? 100%. Am I ever happy with it? No. But I'm compelled to kind of fall off that horse and get back up. So, when it comes to Chris and Mark, I put a lot of myself into those two guys. And I'm talking years worth. Blocking them, eventually blocking them on all social media. Seemed like the right move, and so I went through like almost like a purging of my accounts, and I just realized as I was purging my accounts, and purging my followers, like the people who I'm following, because there was problems there. I just realized like why am I blocking anyone? It just didn't seem honest. And I immediately went through all my social media and just unblocked whoever. So, if either of them are listening, you're now unblocked. Congratulations. If either of the two of you are listening, get your shit together. Because I'm here waiting and we got things going. We're doing more and more every single day, more and more. And I got people, great people, behind the scenes supporting me, helping me, getting some of the stuff going. People that want to see me succeed. Do I feel like we can all succeed together with regular work, with dedicated work? Yes. Is it going to take a while? Yes. Is it going to happen tomorrow? No. But it will work, trust me. But yeah, so enough of that. We're talking Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park is fantastic because I remember when that came out. It might have been the last time my father pulled me out of school to go see a movie. That's something my pops used to do. It was the absolute last time he did that, and I just feel grateful that we were able to share a lot of those moments and have that. So that was when, like, I remember the hype for Jurassic Park. It was just like the logo. Some of the trailers again would lean towards dinosaurs. I remember. I'm not sure who it was. It might have been Jeff Goldblum. I want to say Jeff Goldblum. It might have been Sam Neill. He was the bigger star back then. But that's when I used to watch Leno and Letterman religiously. Because I was young. And they were funny. And I copied and duplicated a lot of their humor. And understood the beats of stand-up. Just by watching, late night television. And Leno had someone on, we'll just say Sam Neill, and they, it was right when the Jeep stopped, and Laura Dern's talking about the leaf, the plant, and he turns her head, and it kind of faded to black at that point, and that was the clip. That was a clip from the movie, and that's all they were showing, and it was so exciting. And it fades to black, and Jay Leno goes, I wanted to see the dinosaurs. And he's like, teasing who his guest was to see the dinosaurs and tell him about them. And, doing a good job. Hyping up the movie, hyping up the anticipation. So Jurassic Park had, promotion with Burger King. The toy line for the day, the merchandise rollout was typical, but it was still exciting. Seeing the Jurassic Park logo, one of all-time great movie logos, one of the all-time fourth wall breaking logos, because it's the actual logo in the movie, everyone, which is fantastic. Just get excited because we're pushing. I'm pushing, and I see this movie for the first time, and I get to the Jeep scene. When they're coming off the helicopter. And I see the dinosaurs. I see the Brachiosaurus for, the first time. And, it brought, euphoria. It brought, a tear to my eye. It was so beautiful. I couldn't believe what I was watching. And I just knew at that point that I had to be a part of something like that. And it just reaffirmed what my direction was at the time, which was be creative, swing for the fences, who the hell cares, just keep going. And I was so into that movie that I remember my sister, HD Love, with her money, she was going to community college, and with some of her book money that they give her, the book allowance. I'm not exactly sure what it's called. She at the student bookstore got me The Making of Jurassic Park, a book that I will never part with. That's how meaningful it is to me. But she thought of me, and she always thought of me. And she got me that book, and I just, the pencil drawings in that, and it had there was a yellow and orange page section. That was the storyboards, and that was maybe the first time seeing storyboards from a movie at length, and I just stared and memorized them. and just saw the drawing quality and instantly said to myself, like, I could be doing, like, this is something I could be doing. Later to really never pursue it, but at the same time, like, wanting to get to a level of just being able to illustrate. And like, hitting Orlando Park for the first time, seeing Jurassic Park almost like live, like, just seeing, like, that the idea of it, being like a reality and being impactful. Again, like, it's still in me, like, pun intended, but it's like in my DNA. So, we kind of jump ahead and we go to, like, Jurassic Park Lost World. Now, by this point, my sister and I, we were following everything. Watching Entertainment Tonight, Extra. That was like an NBC, I believe. And reading every article. I used to, at this point, we had like a Borders, which was like maybe 40 minutes, and a Barnes & Noble, which was like 25 minutes. And I was driving at the time, but I would drive between these two bookstores, with a sketchbook. And look, at the time too, it helped me, like, I kind of learned to meet women through drawing in public. And I met even my girlfriend during, at the time, my girlfriend, doing these book trips. But I would read like Variety and Hollywood Reporter, and I could never buy them. They were always like too expensive compared to like the other books and magazines that I was reading. But I would spend a wealth of my time just reading these articles about movies. So there was like a level of real hype, real anticipation when it comes to Jurassic Park Lost World. And I remember when the book came out, Lost World came out, and I picked it right up, and I've read that book so quick. And I kind of, like, it's on my YouTube video list, but Jurassic Park versus Jurassic Park Lost World, I kind of favor Lost World over Jurassic Park. Go sue me. So my sister and I, we were like super amped for, Spielberg coming back. Crichton wrote a book, kind of like so they could make another movie, because there was a concept for the other movie. And look, the concept for Jurassic Park Lost World is a solid, it's still a solid concept, through and through. Sorry, I'm getting a morning message here. I just have to read a lot of my, yeah. So, okay. We're back. Look, keep in mind, we're in the morning here. A lot of my communication starts flowing in at this point, because we're at the 8 o'clock, the plus 8 o'clock hour. At the end of this, by the way, stay tuned to the end, because I think I tried to record about 5 minutes as like a warm up, because I couldn't get my brain going. So post after this, but you got some extra material. But yeah, so we're very excited for Jurassic Park Lost World, and that was like it was just a major disappointment. Nothing of that movie flowed. Nothing clicked. Getting a phone call. Oh, gee. So my phone literally just started exploding right now, and it should not be next to me. But yeah, so Jurassic Park Lost World was just a huge letdown, and it started this trend where, like, I was able to, at the time, thought I was able to, like, see through a movie and dissect it, and I had to do it because I don't feel like anyone else was doing it, because I would read these reviews, and the reviews were, I just felt like, weren't truthful enough. They weren't hard enough. They didn't call out the movie the way that they should have. Nowadays, with outrage culture, it's a part of it, and there's so much of it's diluted film concept and theory and criticism. So that's another discussion. But yeah, and then we go to Jurassic Park 3, which I think the hype for that movie, the way how they position JP3, new dinosaur, new silhouette for the logo, like a cool story with the Spinosaurus used in that. Good director, shorter in content now. So and we have like a botched ending, which supposedly Spielberg came in and fixed or wanted a certain type of ending, and they went with that, which is equal to him botching the War of the Worlds ending. So we have like Spielberg botching back-to-back endings, and I think there's a lot to be said for Jurassic Park 3. I think there's a lot that is not said. It's a way better movie than people give it credit for. It has some awesome gags, like like the cell phone gag. The cell phone gag in the Spinosaurus in JP3 is still one of my favorite gags in movie history. And then we go away for a while, and then Jurassic World comes out, and it takes a position of like, it took a position of a reboot. The formula started to emerge. Force Awakens helped, but it was like, we have to get back to basics. We have to honor where we came from. We have to re-deliver this concept to people, because there's a generation of people that aren't familiar with it. How do we do this? What do we do? I just recently rewatched Jurassic World in preparation to Fallen Kingdom. By the way, too, I love the Lost World and Fallen Kingdom. I just love how the two of them are like paired together. And that movie works. It works so well. It moves beat to beat, scene to scene, so well. And there is a absolute urgency in that movie. Troubled children is one of the devices of Jurassic Park, which we even got with Fallen Kingdom. They may have destroyed the child in trouble scenario when it comes to the Jurassic Park franchise with Fallen Kingdom, but we'll get to that shortly. But people flipped out when Jurassic World came out. 100% flipped out. And this is because the root concept of the original is so inspiring. It fires the imagination, and there was room for it to extrapolate. Same as Star Wars: New Hope has room for extrapolation. Because that's a movie that's always floated. There's always like a remake of that floating around. It will float around until it happens. So Jurassic World just dominates at the box office. Really solidifies Chris Pratt as a superstar. But it's also very successful in expanding the philosophical nature. And I'm getting to why Jurassic Park is, as a franchise, is so freaking important. Jurassic Park at its core exists because it's a philosophical argument. From film to film. Jurassic Park, like Life Finds a Way, Jurassic Park 2, Lost World. I may have to rewatch it to figure out that one. Well, actually, that's like a motherhood. That's a motherhood philosophical argument. Who are we to, like, a little bit topical even now? Like, who are we to strip away children and families? That's a deeper discussion. But anyway, like the third one is. It's pretty much like going where you're not supposed to go. It's more of a cautionary tale. The third one, Jurassic World, is really about our relationship with these animals, like with animals in general. What's our responsibility when it comes to a zoo? What's our responsibility when it comes to taking creatures out of their natural habitat? Like, where are we when it comes to this? And Jurassic World, I think, delivers and deals with that concept perfectly. And now like side philosophical argument is that the Indominus Rex, the creation of that, and like how does that affect the world almost? Like we're now creating like DNA, like we're creating completely unique animals, and we're calling them our own, and we're expecting them to allow us to control them as a handshake. And the Indominus Rex just going bonkers in Jurassic World is a symbol of that. It's a definition of unhinged nature. So, like, is there really philosophical position for Jurassic Park 3? I would, I would have to rewatch it. I would probably say no. Jurassic Park 2, Lost World, like the mother stuff with the T-Rexes just resonates with me. Like, like to me, that was always the point of that movie, which is like we are to preserve sanctuaries for these animals, which is Julianne Moore's character in that movie and Vince Vaughn's character. These creatures in their habitat should be preserved. And then the side tangent, the almost like the Act 3 philosophical argument is motherhood. Like these creatures are more human than we realize. So, like injecting humanity into the chaos, so to speak, of Jurassic Park is really a continuing theme. Now, when it comes to Fallen Kingdom, we're back with the philosophical discussions. We're back at the philosophical arguments, and this is like a Pandora's box of like what's happening here. Like it's a Pandora's box of what to discuss and when and how, and it is a treasure trove. And I feel part of that. That's why I fully support the movie. I mean, look, it's a big chase movie in a mansion. They're saving dinosaurs from an island. There's activists for the dinosaurs. They're trying to get the dinosaurs off the island. The island's about to explode. Rich guy tricks people, gets the dinosaurs into his rich guy house, and he starts to auction them off, while in the basement creating another dinosaur to sell, which they needed the Indominus Rex DNA for, which is how the movie opens, is them acquiring a chunk of the skeleton of the Indominus Rex, from the pit, the water tank. But so that's the plot of the movie. It's not crazy. It's not sophisticated at all. But I think it moves things forward much more effectively than Jurassic Park Lost World. And keep in mind too, the time of franchises and sequels for Jurassic Park to Lost World to Jurassic Park 3 did not exist yet. There was no setup. There was no like, here's an office building for us to work on this. Like infamously, Ghostbusters, the girl one, the reboot one, had like an entire office building dedicated to the Ghostbusters universe. That's how much of a windfall they expected, and they were going to continue to drive Ghostbusters into media in all forms. With that movie success. The Ghostbusters, of course, the success never happened, and we are who we are, and they had to close shop. So they know how to streamline franchises and sequels nowadays, and they do things with intent. And I think movies are better because of this, because it makes your time investment a little bit more valuable. Like if you spend time watching Jurassic World, and you might watch it and buy it when it comes out, like on DVD or on instant streaming. Like you're going to watch this movie a few times between sequels, and then you'll be excited for Fallen Kingdom, which seemed to work. I mean, the movie had a $150 million opening budget at 170, and your time investment is somewhat peaked. So you want to see things continue. You want to see things go further. So Fallen Kingdom definitely moves the chain. It wiggles that needle. It sets up what we wanted from the franchise from the very beginning that was teased in all the other sequels. Because even the Jurassic Park 3 wraps with the pterodons flying, like flying towards land. What they seem to do a lot of, and they never committed to it. I think now they are committing to it, but Fallen Kingdom wraps with the dinosaurs infecting the world and literally creating a Jurassic World. Now, we've wanted this from the franchise for such a long time that it was satisfying knowing that it's there. Now, some of this I will connect and I will draw into the Last Jedi blowback, because I go to the Kylo Ren killing Snoke scene. Look, I get it. It wasn't your thing. You might have flipped out, but when Kylo Ren killed Snoke, the part of that was satisfying was that we actually got to see Vader kill Palpatine before, like out of his own will of having power. Like inflicting his will onto someone that's even superior. We wanted to see Vader do that through the entire course of Return of the Jedi. We wanted to see Vader do that in Episode 3. Okay? But we were giving it. It was given to us in Last Jedi, and it was given to us in continuity. So these things that we want, sometimes when we get them, we don't want them. And this is a part of the complexity of film theory right now. It's how do we gauge such a thing? Like how do we gauge the effectiveness of a movie when it does deliver versus expectations that we have to the view of it not delivering? These are tough concepts. These are tough things to juggle. This is why I believe when we go through movies, it takes hours nowadays. Like Jurassic World, even Solo. Like I want to talk more about Solo, but I really feel like I got to watch that movie another 3 or 4 times. Like it's already pre-ordered for me on Amazon Instant. That's how excited I am to watch that movie again, because I liked it. Everyone else hated it, but I want to be vocal on it. I had to watch Last Jedi a lot to have a view on it. Because these movies are longer, they're bigger, there's way more to them. No, say what you want, there's more to Last Jedi, and there's more to Fallen Kingdom than, than some of the other, there's more to Last Jedi than Return of the Jedi, okay? And there's more to Fallen Kingdom than Lost World, period. I'm sorry, there's more threads. There's more threads, there's way more happening with the characters. So, I think our receptors, I think the way how we filter movies and filter this stuff as entertainment, and realize that it's part TV show now. We're watching a elongated television series. We're watching moments, we're watching events, and we're expecting ourselves to, carry on, to be taken on a ride, so to speak. So, these movies from movie to movie do it. Fallen Kingdom did do that. Fallen Kingdom introduced more extreme concepts when it comes to them genetically engineering dinosaurs, which is really what we want. We don't care, like the effect of hey, here's a T-Rex, whatever. Here's we want to be wild. We want new things. We want carnivores. We don't want herbivores. We want predators in Jurassic Park, and we want them heightened. So this is where the franchise is going. I will say that Fallen Kingdom is a complete success when it comes to setting up the next one. Fallen Kingdom, just from the trailers alone, seemed it was going to be jumbled and unbalanced. Now, I'm not going to say the movie was exactly that. Because the movie has an arc, it has a narrative, it has pops, it definitely has, it has a point. It has a lot of these things we would rip movies apart for not having. So Fallen Kingdom has more than what it does not. However, overall, what it's lacking, is, I would say, is a part of the real criticism, and it's going to be the real positioning against this movie. Well, Fallen Kingdom will go down as a disappointment, and like as it should, it earned that disappointment. But I from the looks of it, like my spider sense, what I'm sniffing out is that this was intended to be a middle movie. I believe some of that's already been said, but it's intended to be a middle movie. So let it be a middle movie. And let's be excited for the next one, because we still have the philosophical concepts that Jurassic Park introduces, and no other sci-fi movie does that. We wanted it from Star Wars, and we just look. They improved the Force even between Force Awakens and Last Jedi. They went back to the Force being a mystical force. But the philosophical angle for the Force never really carried over, resonated outside of Yoda's monologue about it in Empire Strikes Back. So we got to keep that in mind. When it comes to philosophy and science fiction, again, two things that pair very well together, like chocolate and peanut butter. When it's paired together through the framework of Jurassic Park, it's unmeasured, and it should be. Look, I'm breaking. I'm like creating, like I'm holding things up to a mirror now, but it's it should be preserved, which seems to be a theme in a lot of Jurassic Park. But it should be preserved, and I'm glad to see that Jurassic Park had a good enough pop to drive a third one, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I mean, but look. I kind of want to talk more about this, so I don't know. I feel like I do have to go, but oh crap, we're planning things out somewhat now on Dream Warriors, so I guess I got to open up Wednesday with some of the philosophical positioning for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, because I feel like I owe it to you. I owe it to get a little bit deeper into it, so. Hopefully, we'll open the show with that. But everyone have a great Monday. Stay tuned after the music for essentially everything that was cut out of this episode for outtakes. And keep in mind, it's Dream Warriors Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Mobile episodes Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's AKAPAD 13 on Instagram. It's AKAPAD on Snapchat. And it's AKAPAD on Twitter. AKAPAD.com on the World Wide Web, and put that one into your favorites, because there's going to be more and more updates. Look, and we're doing product rollouts real soon. There's going to be really cool things that me and the crew are working on. And if it's Chris or Mark, get your ass together, and you guys know how to talk to me. Okay? See everyone later. Good morning, everyone. I'm talking to you, talking right to you. June 25th, Dream Warriors, episode 91. Jurassic Park, I still want to call it Jurassic Park. It's Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And we're going to have a quick morning conversation. You should already be hearing the music by now. Oh my God, so many things are like in flux right now. Changing, evolving. It does affect the slowdown of the Dream Warriors recording. The what's been happening with Chris, or what's happened with Chris, definitely trickled into the output of Dream Warriors. And I went through a like a phase where, I did want to block him from social media to send a message to prove a point. Since then, I rethought that practice and pretty much unblocked everyone across all social media. That would be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and anything else. And my reasoning for this is pretty simple. I just don't want to be about doing that. I think it's I don't believe it's the right move anymore. And it's you never know where the day is going to take you, and you never know. If someone's really going to need you, and you just want to be able to be available. With that being said, we're here for talk about a giant dinosaur movie, because there's such a thing as non-giant dinosaurs. Let's keep that in mind. And yeah, so not that I'm still waking up, but I'm just trying to get some of my thoughts together. So, what's been holding me up? Let's just jump there. I've been focused on getting AKAPAD.com to a certain level, meaning incorporating my entire work history, everything to do with Dream Warriors. I would like AKAPAD.com to individually host Dream Warrior episodes, completely independent of SoundCloud and anything else. And the reason for this is because, again, you never know when something's going to disappear, and you want to have backups and things that are available. And the more, the merrier. Again, like Dark Knight level thinking, you cannot have enough backups. And a part of that vision is to, every single Dream Warriors episode has an individual people. I am sorry, I got no juice. I got no oomph. Is it Monday blues? I don't have any fire in my belly. I got zero. I got zero fire in my belly right now, and that's just because I not that I had like a lazy weekend, overall, I had like a very busy weekend. I just spent a lot of it by myself. I spent a chunk of this weekend by myself, and I got into like a work hole, which is good. Summer night work holes are as incredible as winter night work holes. It's the pressure of the weather. It's the it's where I live, where the elements penetrate the walls and the windows here, and it just fires it up. And yeah, so look, I've been behind on recording Dream Warriors and everything else, meaning drawing, getting the Kickstarter going, which is now like an Indiegogo, like all of it. But this is today's episode is a part of a larger push, which is going to be Dream Warriors rolling out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Mobile episodes at least Tuesdays and Thursdays. I've stockpiled movies to discuss. I've been really getting addicted to I think it's Google Notes, but even in my Google Notes, I just have like a laundry list of notes, with the next 5 or 6 movies to discuss, even mobilely. But yeah, so there's that. Again, the push for AKAPAD to really make that a experience of pretty much me, like my projects, a lot of these things I've been working on, chipping away at day by day, year by year, and to get more information per Dream Warriors episode. This is going to include downloadable PDFs, show notes, timestamps, and I have like a really nice layout designed for what those pages are, and potentially everything being searchable. Now, this is where there's a little bit of back and forth, mostly because to populate the search, it's the quickest way for me to do that is to access the blog on AKAPAD.com, to use the blog feature, which unlocks a search feature. But